Hello, so today I'm going to do a drawing of the lung. I'm not a very good artist, but it's just for us to know where everything belongs. I'm going to draw the horizontal fascia. I'm going to draw the oblique fascia. And label them. Then I'm going to draw the highlight area. It's a little bit hard to draw, but as long as we get the general idea. That is the area with that I just drew, the area of the pulmonary veins. Then I'll draw the pulmonary arteries. Then I'm gonna draw the bronchus. Superior lobar bronchus, middle, and inferior. Right main bronchus, inferior lobar bronchus, and then middle lobar bronchus. And let's not forget the bronchopulmonary lymph nodes. I'll put them around this area in green. And a vessel here, an artery. Okay. I'm going to extend this a little bit. Further. I use a different color, but that's okay for now. Okay, so I'm gonna label this the pleural sleeve. Let me draw the pleural sleeve. It sort of envelopes everything. Pleural sleeve, then pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins and pulmonary ligament. Okay. To label everything, we have the bronchial vessels should be somewhere here. And let me put it like I'll put a blue area vessel here. Just to remind us. Alright, so this is for the right lung. So we wanna write or type right and lung, make it big. So here we have our right lung. So let's add some more things to this. I will use a different color, dark black, to label. This will be the apex area. Apex. And let's shed some areas. Let me think. Maybe we can try to use a highlighter to color. Yeah, that won't work. Let's go back to the pencil and just make a space a little bit like that. Actually, let me use, yeah, dots like that. So what we have there is the esophageal area. So let's label that esophageal area. So 1, apex. 2, esophageal area. Let's label another area right next to this. 3, we'll have the tracheal area. I'll make this a small a. Alright, now we should make another opening, or another groove-like area. So there's a groove for the brachiocephalic vein. It's right next to the tracheal area. So let's dot it. So there's a groove for the brachiocephalic vein. Okay, and then we should have a groove for the first rib. Somewhere groove. And let me just undo. Groove. For first rib. Okay, and then we should have an interior border. It's a little bit hard to draw, but I'm just gonna keep using some kind of dotted line. Oh, sorry, got the wrong color. Just dent this a little. Okay, some kind of interior border is next to, like, it's the actual interior border. It's on the outside. It's a border. But right next to it, we will find a groove for the superior vena cava. Okay, somewhere here, next to the line I just drew. So groove. for the superior vena cover. Okay, and after that we will see that there is a cardiac impression around the area that's a little bit above the horizontal fissure, and around there probably also goes below. It just like shows where the heart will be around. So yeah, something like that. Somewhere there, cardiac impression is. And let me draw kind of like something like that, so that we can see the bottom. And then we label the cardiac impression before we forget. Cardiac impression. There we go. Let's just put the word. Alright, so now I'm drawing the bottom. I'm gonna pull this line all the way to the ulnar ligament. And color is not. There we go. So that way we are starting to draw the bottom part. Just bear with me a little bit as I get there. There we go. I got the bottom. I'm not an artist or anything of the sort. You just have to bear with me as we learn what's there, and this is for your study purposes, and you can do this just to refresh your memory to see if you remember what you saw in the atlas. This is the inferior border, and if you remember, we saw the anterior border there. And let me label these ones so that you can remember these. Is something different from when we drew the vessels. Okay, so now we got the inferior border. Okay, and we have the diaphragmatic surface. That's what I was trying to distinguish from the rest of the upper area. This is the diaphragmatic surface. Okay. And now we already already labeled our fissure. We need to label all the other fissures that we have. So that was the oblique fissure there. And let me actually use a different color for that oblique fissure. Okay, so now let's go and also label it a little bit around this area. It's part of it. You know, in real life, it's easier to see probably, because here we had it here and here. Okay, and I want to highlight that there is a posterior border. It's a little bit hard to draw. But let's label it posterior. Oops, posterior border. Okay, yeah, I'm using stars so that we keep up with the borders. I could also use a highlighter now that I have. Let me make my highlighter thicker. Interior border, even thicker. Interior border, posterior border, inferior border. So those are borders. Let's see. Did we label the horizontal fissure? Yes. Actually, I don't want a number next to it, but let's. If you have an eraser, make it a different color. Horizontal fissure. And alright, we have to draw a groove for the arc of the azygous vein. So let's go back to the original color and around this area, ventricle area, and below. Okay, yeah. That line is kind of in the way, but I use a darker color like I did the other ones. This is tricky area. Okay, here. There. Okay. And let's label that the groove for arch of azygous vein. We could have drawn this area, we could have drawn this earlier, but I forgot to draw it earlier. So actually we should just give it the number 1. And I will give the apex the 8. Alright. So now that we have these, I'm gonna try to kind of see if I can work more with this border, because I can see that this area here is the posterior surface, where that line, the double line, is the posterior border. Okay, so we need to have another groove, the groove for the esophagus. And I'm just going to dot an area. It's somewhere here. Groove for esophagus. Alright. And if you prefer, you could actually make that 8 and this 9. Okay, so I think we are about done for this picture. Okay, I could draw where the vagus nerve would go. Okay, it's a little bit tricky, but let's try. So that's a brachiocephalic vein. You could draw here the vagus nerve going to the hilar area. Like I said, I'm not an artist, so you have to go look at your atlas. Okay. I'm gonna draw the phrenic nerve. And if that is the brachiocephalic vein area, just imagine it there. The phrenic nerve will be going or something like this. where? To near the area of the inferior vena cava. Actually, we could have drawn that area a little bit. I just drew something for the groove. The groove of the inferior vena cava. Okay. So if superior is here, inferior is here, and then you got the phrenic there. So let's label our vessels. The phrenic nerve, and the vagus nerve. Phrenic nerve. And then yeah, we have the vagus nerve. And sorry about that, we have forgot to label this one here. So 7, 8, 1, 10. Alright. So now that we got that, you can just imagine. I will try to draw here the brachiocephalic vein in its area and below. You just imagine it here. I am not a good artist. And you could see, it will, I'm gonna erase this because I'm not a good artist, but it goes something like this, then it goes down like that, I mean down like this, and the arches like that. Just imagine it in this area there, and all the way here. Just imagine it there, but the nerve goes on top. Okay, so it will be something like that. And next to it, I'm gonna erase that, but the esophagus, it goes all the way down. So it will be coming from somewhere the apex area. The esophagus will be going all the way down. Just imagine something Okay, so that would be where the esophagus will be, and you know the brachiocephalic vein will be there, but you see, you know, imagine here, that's where the inferior vena cava will be in blue, a big chunky vessel. It will be coming out here. I'm going to erase that. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So now we have covered pretty much everything that you need to know for the right lung. Okay. I could now use a highlighter to highlight things that are similar. At first, let's also just color the diagrammatic surface in yellow, the apex yellow, and we can do that. Okay, so now for the grooves, we can color pink. Groove for the arc of the azygos. This is for review as well while I'm doing this. Groove for the brachiocephalic vein. Groove for the first rib. Groove for the superior vena cava. Groove for the inferior vena cava. Groove for the esophagus. I don't like double color. So here we go. We got groove for the arch of the azygos vein, groove for the brachiocephalic vein, groove for the first rib, groove for the superior vena cava, and groove for the inferior vena cava, and groove for the esophagus. Okay. And we have our fissures in purple: horizontal fissure, oblique fissure, and another oblique fissure there. I don't know why I spelled it with a thought we should have. Okay, that's it. Alright guys, good job. So this is for practice. You know, if you draw and label or find a diagram that you can label for memory, that just helps to practice, because practice makes perfect.